Today we're going to be talking about stability on this particular street glide. I was doing some research on the issue that I've been having, and it seems like a lot of people are having the issue on the Gen 2 street glides in particular, it seems to be. And as most of you probably know, there was a recall on these for some high-speed stability issues where they actually did some speed limiting on it. They added weight in the front fairing, trying to get the bike to be more stable. And I don't know, I've done some performance mods to the bike. I'm getting more comfortable on it, and I'm a very performance-oriented rider. And the other day, I was going into a curve. I had to maneuver differently than I normally do in this area. I've been through there a million times, and kind of got the suspension of the bike upset a little bit. Went into a dip, and I was in a curve. I was, going pretty fast. Don't even want to say how fast I was going or what road I was on, but significantly fast. And it just started wallowing and felt very insecure. And it was, I was able to control it, get through the corner, really wasn't that big of an issue, but if it had been any worse, it could have ended differently. So that got me looking into some stabilization items, and I just did a little bit of research, and I'm doing this to test, to see if it helps, how much it helps. Is something like this enough? That's what we're doing, is we're testing to see. And I found, in my research, I saw that Alloy Art is who looks like came up with the M8 frame stabilization that's like this. They were actually out of stock at the time when I was, placing my order. I did find it from another company that I'm not trying to say anything bad about either of these companies or good about them, but it appears to me that this other company kind of, took their design and ran with it. This nice CNC is the one that I got. It was the one that was available. I didn't want to wait. I wanted to, see if this is going to fix my problem or not. And honestly, I would probably build it a little bit better than this myself. If I was going to build it, which I probably will end up doing, I just don't want to put a lot of time into something that I'm going to, be building, designing, engineering, whatever, if I'm not barking up the right tree, so to say. I want to make sure that this is what, is going to make a difference in the positive way, and see how much difference that is. Maybe it is enough. I don't know, but I'm going to show you the kit now, and then we'll get into the installation of it, and then I'll come back and tell you my thoughts about it probably at the end of the video. So basically what the kit is, this is the kit. It's HOM joints, couple of bolts. I'm leaving the hardware there, but it's just a stabilization rod, HOM joints for adjustability, and it does appear to have, good quality HOM joints in it. A nice machined rod. It's adjustable. You got left and right hand threads, so it's a pretty quality part. This is an aluminum bracket that would mount to the actual starter bolts, and then this rod connects and goes over to the frame. You'll see it as we get it installed in a minute, and it's just to stabilize the rear of that frame where it's rubber mounted, where the transmission and swing arm mount is rubber mounted, and this is to help stabilize that to the frame, so that way it can't do any giving. So that's the kit. We're gonna get it installed now. So one thing we didn't say in the intro is this kit didn't say it actually fit this bike. Nice CNC had one set of bikes that it fit, did not include my bike. Alloy Art had another, and neither one of them said it fit this bike, but I wasn't really sure why. Now I think I know. Now it says on both that this deflection shield that goes here cannot be used with this kit. I was already aware of that, but when I went to remove this shield, one of the bolt holes that are needed to mount the stabilizer, the bike actually has a threaded insert in this hole where the stabilizer is supposed to be mounted, and the threads are not the correct size. They're too small. This is a stabilizer bar, so I don't want to use a smaller bolt or have slop in something, obviously. So we're going to try to get this grommet out of there and see if that's the only thing that's stopping us from putting this kit on this bike. If so, then this may be an option for somebody else. Somebody may not want to do this, but I believe I might can get that grommet out of there and still be able to install this kit. And that's out of there. So I believe that the reason why it said it didn't fit this bike is this one had that little grommet that was pressed in that hole. I was able to use just a stainless rod I had laying around from the backside and a few good bumps with the hammer, and was able to just get it to peel apart and come out of there. So I believe we can continue on with the install now. All right, update, that is a 1/4 inch on the factory bolt. We are going to use washers on this and thread locker. I'm going to slide this over in place and start this bolt. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and button it back up, get it back where we can ride it, and I'll just go hit some curves and see what that did. Hopefully that took care of our problem. All right, so we just went for a little ride, and for me on this bike, that stabilizer didn't seem to help at all. I can't really tell, honestly, any difference in it. We did try to get some video while I was riding and doing the test ride there, and it did do the wobble that I was talking about. I was able to recreate the issue, and Dwayne was behind me. Of course, he was the one videoing, and he said that it looked pretty bad. You know, he got nervous for me, but honestly, I was in control the whole time. I stayed in my side of the lane. I was expecting it, so I knew how to handle it, how to control it, not going beyond the means that I'm able to go. But hopefully it comes through on the video. Just you know, in an emergency situation, if it started doing it when I was past the limit or something happened to change what limits I was available to run at, you know, that could be a big issue. So the next things I'm going to start looking at is I've heard that the alignment on these bikes is being out from the factory is causing issues for some people. It doesn't really feel like what the problem is to me, but that is something that I'm going to check. Also, neck bearings, something else that I'm going to look into. I've heard of people being able to tighten their neck bearings and get rid of it. So if theirs was even within spec on the loose range, they were having you know, this type of issue. And by tightening that up and having on the tight end of the adjustment, significantly help some people. So we'll just be seeing what we can do to try to limit it, hopefully get rid of it, and we'll just take y'all along the way on this process. So be sure to hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when the next videos come out as we're updating on this. Be sure to leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. Tell us what, you know, maybe you've had one of these bikes and you were able to figure out what it was and get rid of it. You know, we'd love to hear from you. You know, help us out, help somebody else. So, you know, leave a comment, like the video if you liked it, subscribe, and y'all ride safe out there.